Trying to think if I should go on my Instagram live. Oh. I'm gonna forward it. I'm gonna send it to my Facebook page. 1 second. It's, okay, this. Oh, I don't think you can share it yet. Okay.
بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Min ärade bröder och systrar i Islam. Välkomna till Kämpingehallen. Fint att se er allihopa. Och mashallah, må Allah acceptera våran fastan och våran bön. Allahumma amin. Var det amin? Jag hörde inget ens amin.
Amin.
Bröder och systrar, som ni ser, alhamdulillah, vi har våran broder Mutah Napoleon med oss idag. Och trots att han har haft väldigt mycket att göra, väldigt stressad, han ska åka imorgon till Norge och föreläsa där. Så ställde han upp att ha en kort påminnelse till ungdomarna, inshallah. Så vi vill Allah belöna han för det, Allahumma amin. Och för er som inte känner Napoleon, många kanske har redan sett och kollat upp och liknande. Han var ju med i typ den största gruppen som kanske har funnits och existerat som vi känner igen. Med Tupac och Outlawz och hela den där bunten från USA som ni har hört om. Och så han tog islam och under de senare åren har nu inspirerat folk runt om i världen. Och är även entreprenör och försöker inspirera folk att bli bättre människor, fixa företag, ta hand om sin religion och liknande. Och vi välkomnar honom till Tensta, till Kämpingehallen, inshallah. Jazakumullah khairan. Barakallahu fikum. Bismillah.
Assalamu wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulullah Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. First of all, once again, I want to thank the brothers for this opportunity. As a reminder to myself first, this is pretty much my third time here in Sweden. Every time I come, I'm always amazed at the hospitality. The brothers, mashallah, always show me a good time, always show me love. The brother Musa, this was our first time meeting in person this trip. We had, I would say about a couple months ago, we had an Instagram live together, sir, and it went good, mashallah. So for me to be here sitting with the brothers, this opportunity, I pray that Allah make us all benefit ourselves first and then the rest, inshallah. One of the things I always like to tell the brothers, you know, especially the youth, alhamdulillah, myself, I'm no different than you guys. I might be a little older, of course, but I'm not a scholar of the religion of Islam. I'm not a student of knowledge. I'm an individual that converted to the religion of Islam by Allah's permission. And I try my best to give advice according to the best of my ability from my experiences. Before the religion of Islam, I was involved in the music industry. Before the music industry, I was involved in the street life. I come from a family where my brothers, my cousins, they all was involved in the streets, myself included. I know you guys can probably, you know, some of these rappers who talk about it in their songs, but I can actually say, and not in the bragging format, but I can actually say that I really was in the street life. I really was involved in that. I really seen people getting murdered. I really seen people getting killed. I was involved in so many situations that was very, very dangerous. When I look back at these situations, I was in a situation where bullets was flying past my head. And now that I'm Muslim, I look back at it and say, subhanAllah, Allah saved me that day. Allah saved me when I was on the corner and this happened. So when I come to countries or I come across Muslims and I see that they leaving the religion or not leaving the religion of Islam, or they putting the religion of Islam behind their back, I'm not saying that they're not Muslims and they left the deen, but when I see that they put the religion of Islam behind their back and they going towards a lifestyle that myself and many like myself is running away from, it's strange to me. It's ajib, and it's strange to me for people to be born into the religion of Islam. Most of the Muslims that fall into these activities, unfortunately, are born Muslim, born and raised Muslim. So when I see that these individuals running towards, Jazakallah khair, brother. When I see that these individuals is running towards a lifestyle that by Allah's permission, he saved myself and other brothers from that lifestyle, I don't understand why. You know what I mean? I don't understand why. The religion of Islam is our safety net. The religion of Islam is our guidance. The street life ain't going to help you. The street life ain't going to bring us no honor. The street life ain't going to help you in this life or the next life. So I'm wondering how come the youth, especially the Muslim youth, is running towards that lifestyle, running towards a lifestyle that's not going to bring us no good. You understand? I know many people in America that if I take you, like a friend of mine's QD3, sorry to keep putting you on blast, QD3, but the reason why I bring this guy up, because I knew QD3 since 1994, 1995. He was a producer on some of the biggest rap records you can ever imagine. He produced some of the biggest hits with Tupac, the Outlawz, NWA, all these people. He came to, born and raised in Sweden. He went to America in the 80s when Bloods and Crips and the gang violence was rampant. And now he's back here in Sweden and he's working with the youth. And many of the people that he's working with in the inner cities are the Muslim youth. And he said something to me earlier that he see that what's happening here in Sweden is what happened in America with the Bloods and the Crips in the 80s. The difference between what's here with majority of the people here is that they have Islam. They have guidance. They have a book. They have the Quran. They have the Sunnah, the way of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It's not like they don't have the guidance. It's not like when they sit in home and they say, what can I do? I need to make money, or what can I do with my life? We have a book that we can open. People in America in the 80s, the Bloods and the Crips, they didn't have guidance. But now in America, many of the Bloods and the Crips are running to the religion of Islam. Even Mexicans, man, we got Mexican homies from East Los Angeles living in LA and living in Saudi Arabia with us. So when I see the Muslim youth going towards that lifestyle, it's strange. Wallahi, it's very strange. May Allah protect us. May Allah protect our youth from following that way. So my advice today is just a general advice to myself and to the brothers, man, stick to this religion of Islam. And no matter what we did in our past, no matter how many sins we committed, no matter how many sins we done, alhamdulillah, in this blessed month of Ramadan, this is a perfect time for us to go back to Allah. This is the perfect time for us to repent and try to build a relationship with Allah, no matter what we did yesterday. Maybe yesterday you was the biggest drug dealer or the biggest gang member. Now is the time to go back to the religion of Islam. Allah loves when we repent and come back to them, because that lifestyle ain't going to do no good. That lifestyle will never do any good. Being in prison for the rest of your life or returning to Allah, may Allah protect us from this. Returning to Allah on the corner selling drugs, man, we lose our life trying to be gang member. This is not the way we want to return to Allah, and it can happen instantly. I want to share a story because I don't got that much time, man, because I got to travel tomorrow. But I wanted to share a story of a brother, a friend of mine named Ali Clark. You know Ali Clark? Ali Clark was a friend of mine from he originally from South Central LA. QD3 knows South Central LA, 4 Trey Gangsta Crip. He was from a gang called 4 Trey Gangsta Crips. When Ali Clark was maybe 12 years old, 13 years old, he killed his first man, his first enemy. He killed so many people, stabbed so many people, so many bullet wounds in his body, it became normal for this individual. 14, 15 years old, in and out of prison. When he was 15, 16 years old, he was in prison with people 30, 40 years old, seeing people get stabbed every day in prison. This was his life, hardcore gang member, drive-by shooters. He was the one from the gang that they would say was one of the most active, meaning that when it's time to go ride on the enemy, they want to make sure his gang makes sure that he's in the car with them, because they know for a fact somebody going to die. That's how solid he was in that particular life. So after going in and out of prison, he accepted the religion of Islam. After accepting the religion of Islam, he was still one foot in the street, 1 foot in Islam, because he was a new Muslim. He got arrested again. This time he got arrested to do about 5 years in prison. Prisons in America and LA, it's crazy, especially California, because everything's separated from gangs. You got the Nazis, the Aryan Brotherhoods over here, they hardcore. You got the Mexican Mafia over there, they hardcore. You got the Bloods over there, you got the Crips over there, they hardcore. everybody against each other. So many killers in the prison, any minute it can erupt. So when he went to prison, this time he was Muslim, 5 years in prison. I think he probably already did about 2 years. He started to get more and closer to Allah. He started to learn more about the religion of Islam. And one day, his OGs came into his cell. They gave him a shank, a knife made in prison. And they told him that some enemies from a rival gang just came into the prison. And they told Ali Clark, you have to go murder them. You got to go stab them up. These OGs, when you have life in prison, you never come home. So these OGs been in prison 30, 40 years, buff. If Ali Clark said, if I don't go kill these individuals, they was going to kill me. So he told the OGs, they gave him the shank and said, go handle that. But at this particular time in his life, he was tired of killing, he said. He said it was at a time that I was tired of killing people. I wanted to get closer to Allah, but I knew if I don't go kill these individuals, they're going to kill me. So Ali Clark said, I did wudu. I did 2 rakahs. I put my face on the floor and I sincerely asked Allah to get me out of this. Sincerely, this is why when people say, how I'm going to change. If you really want to change, it starts with yourself and you ask Allah. He really wanted to change. He really was tired of killing. So Ali Clark said he made 2 rakahs while he was in sujood. He begged Allah. He said, oh Allah, you know in my heart, sincerely, I don't want to kill anymore, but I don't have another choice. But oh Allah, please make a way from me. Wallahi, this is a true story. Ali Clark said while he was grabbed the shank, he was on his way to go kill the people, stab them, whatever. He heard his name being called on the loudspeakers. So he said the first thing he thought was that his OGs double-crossed him. Because in prison, sometimes when you only have 5 years, the other people that got life, they get jealous of you. They want you to stay in prison longer. So they set you up with a knife. They call the prison guards and say, look, he got a knife. He said, so I thought they double-crossed me. I said, now if they catch me with this knife, he's going to do more time than 5 years. He said, so I ran and I hid the knife. I went down to the police, the CO, who was the correction officer who was calling my name. You know what they told him? They told him, pack your belongings. We letting you out of prison today because of good behavior and the overcrowdedness of the prison. He couldn't believe he had 3 years left in prison. But because his dua, he was sincere with wanting change for himself. He begged Allah and Allah made it a reason for him to get out of the prison. Allah opened up the doors for him. Ali Clark he left, mashallah, you know Ali Clark, Bilal, huh? Abu Bilal, know him personally. Ali Clark left America, went to Sudan, went to Yemen, went to Saudi Arabia. When I met him in Saudi Arabia, first time I met him was 10 years ago. When I moved to Saudi Arabia, and I never knew this about him. When I first met him, I used to hear people say he's an ex-crip, but his mannerism, mashallah, was so good, I wouldn't believe that he would hurt a fly. And one day, sitting down with him, he started telling me his stories. And I met another guy. This one I knew it was serious when another Mexican brother named Isa, Muslim brother from East LA. East LA, Mexicans in LA, they don't like each other. Blacks and Mexicans don't like each other, gangs. And when Isa told me, he said, if you want to see someone who Islam, Allah really changed, look at Ali Clark. He said, before I became a Muslim, I was from a Mexican gang and I knew he was a straight killer. But the moral of the story is that this brother wanted to change. This brother knew that life had a bad ending. So he sincerely made dua and asked Allah to help him. So sometimes when we speak to the youth about why you involved in the street, they say they want to change, we want to get out of it. But it starts with supplicating to Allah. Never underestimate the prayer and supplication to Allah. Make dua to Allah and Allah will make a way for us, inshallah. So jazakumullah khair, brothers. I just wanted to give that reminder. And it's short speech because inshallah. Allah barik feek. Jazakallah khair. I can take the mic.
Vi tackar våra broder Allah Napoleon för den här korta påminnelsen i alla fall. Alhamdulillah, vi ber Allah att han vägleder oss alla och vägleder våra ungdomar ut från den här dåliga livsstilen. Allah skyddar alla våra ungdomar, Allahumma amin. Och vägleder samhället till det som är bättre för dem. Allahumma amin. Jazakumullah khairan, vi kommer avsluta här inshallah. Och subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.